Hello, good-looking people, as well as, yes, that's right, the people who look good, and a Shaka Zulu to everybody else. My name is Mark Major. I am a real big toy collector, hunkered down here in Southeast Portland in a place I call the Action Figuratorium. Actually, it's just kind of this 20 by 20 room that I'm in, but you get the idea. Now, I'm an old school marketing guy, and I love to do these marketing analysis videos, and Kickstarter season is back, people. It is back. We are just going through Kickstarter after Kickstarter, giving them the analysis. We look at them objectively at my best practices, see how they rate, and then, of course, I like to weigh in with a bit of opinion, do some predicting, some surmising, that kind of thing. And today is especially awesome. We've got the 3.75 scale, of which I'm a huge fan. We've got World War II action figures. I'm a gigantic fan. We have O-Ring, of which I am a lover of. And we've got the B-movie pulp kitsch aspect, of which case I am also all in on. So, put on your wristbands, put on your bandanas, strap yourself in, because we are going to World War Hell. I always like to start off with giving you the 3 best practices. There are other best practices that go into the grouping. I made a video on it, and I'll post a link to that, the Marketing Essentials, based upon successful Kickstarters, what they did right, and who got the most money, and what they did to get the most money. And I think we should probably start with that before we go in, just while the palate is cleansed. So let's cut over. And there is Poppy. She is giving us the look, and here are the best practices of crowdfunding. Okay, 3-tier pricing products, something standard, something deluxe, something luxury. Wider selection, higher sales. If you don't like the blue guy, get the green guy. You don't like the green guy, get the orange guy. Don't like the orange guy, get the purple guy. If you like all the different guys, get all those. Put all your marketing on one Kickstarter page. Bring it all together. I also like to evaluate whether or not I feel the marketing's good or bad in terms of the quality of the images, the ad copy they've written, the little video that they have for it. All that kind of stuff matters to me, and I talk about all that stuff coming up here today. So let's check out World War Hell. This is it. We'll get back to that other page in a minute. Grindhouse Toys presents World War Hell. Now, this is a Kickstarter for, let's scroll down, these 5 action figures. This is what they're trying to crowdfund, their 3.75 scale O-Ring. And the people who have worked on this have worked on some other lines that you may have heard of, such as Monster Force. These guys are very much Monster Force, as well as those Big Bad Toy Store Fresh Monkey Fiction Christmas toys, the Krampus and the naughty Santa Claus and all that kind of stuff. Same guy who sculpted that stuff sculpted these, right? So you're going to see they've got the same look as them. Let's go through the 3 characters real quick, just so that we know what we're talking about. By the way, this little, VHS type image you're looking at, this is what the packaging is going to look like that the action figures come in. This is one of the first, and I think the only times it feels like where they've actually shown me the packaging. Most of the time, when you go for these Kickstarters, they don't show you the packaging because they don't know yet, and they reveal it later, which is why I've often said people are putting money down on this stuff without seeing the packaging. Clearly, they don't care, and a lot of times, if it's just like a standard cheap $20, $15 figure, you could probably get away putting it in a plastic bag and stapling it. I've said that many times. So, first guy is the Corpse. He's the zombie guy, of course. I would say right out of the gate, this qualifies as a deluxe figure. And we'll check the pricing in a bit, because he comes with all these pairs of hands, 2 extra heads, all these weapons. That's what deluxe figures do. Standard figures, generally single figure with a stand and a weapon, and that's it. And this is all the list of stuff. You can go to this and check it on your own. Sergeant Graves, of course, is another one of these guys. Extra head, arms, weapons, sword. How about that? And this weird weapon here, part shotgun, part Tommy gun. Then this guy, right? Translucent kind of Ghost Rider guy is the flamethrower guy. Comes with flamethrower. He's got that cool flaming head, Sergeant Spectre. And this guy's just more of sort of a generic army guy, but he does have the cool gas mask, the two faces. He does have two different colored hands. Could be a black guy, could be a white guy, whatever. Comes with some of the same weapons. Now this dude, this is in the spirit of Army Men. He's that Army Man green. And so it's not painted. Unpainted, comes in green, but look at all the accessories. They've juiced the accessories over 44 pieces. And look at this, what the packaging is. Plastic bag with staples. So you know this guy's probably going to be a little bit cheaper. Then there's these guys. They have 4-pack. They're kind of heads on weird, you know, the kind of crab things, demonic parasites. And some stretch goals. This dude, of course, he might be kind of, he looks sort of semi like the German guy. He's got blonde hair, which is kind of a cliche they roll into. He's kind of got winter wear. Capes, though? Do the Germans really wear capes? I know they did the jodhpurs and the monocle, but he's got this like German World War II MP44, the original assault rifle. He's got these, I don't think these are Lugers. I think these are the Walter Piquets. Kind of SS daggers, kind of potato mashers. He's got the, of course, the, you know, Cobra Comanche hooded dude. Here's an explosion of the articulation. And here's some beauty shots. Here's some comparison to other figures. This is the Delta 17, which I've reviewed a Delta 17 figure. I bought one, Death Sparrow. I love it. It's great. Love Delta 17. Thumbs up. Support and buy their products whenever you can. There's an old G.I. Joe. Here's, they show you the packaging. Actually, this is an older product that this guy came out with. Looks like a VHS tape. You get them all. They look cool on the shelf. Here's some more artwork. We get to see, I'll get back to that artwork. Here is the guy who is behind Grindhouse Toys, Chris Scott. Looks like he might be a roadie for White Zombie. And then this is interesting, folks. Look at this. He lists all the different people that worked on this and gives them a little bio, and you might recognize some of these names. I know you probably recognize this guy's name. Chris Garwich, factory manager for the Four Horsemen, as well as several other projects, as well as his own company. D13 Toys, which did Biblical Adventures. I backed that. I got one of his figures, reviewed it on the channel. Mark Pennington, you've probably seen his name. Regarding Chris Garwich, I've said this many times. If he's on the project and it funds, you will get the toy. Now, will you get it on time? No. Is it Chris's fault? No. Every single campaign is delayed. Legendary was one that was worked on by the Four Horsemen. I think Chris Garwich worked on that as well. It's supposed to ship November 2024. June 2025, still hasn't shipped. These things tack on another year, okay? So we get to see all the different people who worked on. I think that's cool. Now let's get to the pricing, people. That's what you want to hear. You want the pricing, and I'm going to give you the pricing. Here we go. If you wanted the little 4-pack of the decapitated heads, the demonic parasites, $19. If you wanted just that green army man in the bag with over 44 pieces, $30. Any of those other action figures we showed, $38. And then, of course, everything from here on out are a bunch of weird multi-packs. You can get the 4-pack, you can get the 6-pack, you can get the all-in, 12 figures, the double all-in, 24 figures, the something called the Hellfire Club VIP experience, not sure that is. The Blockbuster experience, 75 of those are all gone, okay? Now remember, he's only trying to get to 72. Chris is trying to get to $72,000. That's a lot less than $100,000. He might have some extra money that he's already got saved up for this, or that he can put into this. Also, if you didn't know, they're all using $1, and they just add on extra doodads, swap out a different head, but it's a $1 kind of thing. A lot of the accessories are the same with different guys. I saw some of them get the same gun. I think everyone gets an M1 Garand, that kind of thing. You know, you give a bunch of accessories, dole them out, same people. Good way to go. Smart. Very smart. So, he has a cheap thing at $19. He has deluxe figures at $38. He does not have a luxury item. Doesn't have a luxury figure or luxury item. He has some luxury packages. I would say that the $1,000 VIP experience counts as a luxury package, but you really want a luxury item. And if he was to do a luxury item, I think would be cool is if he had an army Jeep or something like that. And we're going to talk a little bit about stuff like that in a bit. But he is hitting pretty much all the tiers. Now, I believe that the best way to go is 4 $20 standard figures, 2 deluxe figures in like the $35, $40, $45 range, and then some sort of $65 luxury figure. That is the little pyramid shape. That is the ultimate way to go with this. He doesn't have quite that, but he does have a $20 cheap thing and a $30 cheap thing and then $38 guys. So he's kind of close. Now, what I would do different, okay, because certainly you asked. I would do things like take this guy and get rid of all these accessories. Now, when I say this, I do not have access to his production costs. I don't know how much this stuff costs. So for him to add all the weapons in, it might just be pennies. But anytime you can get the cost down on your cheap standard figure, do it. So if he could just give you this guy and none of this stuff except for 1 rifle and 1 stand for 20 bucks, I would say do that. And if you could do something similar for each of the other guys where you could get them down, you just get the guy, you get a stand, you get a gun, right? What about all the other accessories and weapons? Well, you make those into separate packs. Now, some people are going to say, well, Mark, if you make that into a weapons pack or a head pack or something like that, why not just put it in with the figure, combine the costs, and just force them to buy both as a one single unit? And I get that, you could do that, but I'm telling you, if you do the thing that Savage Crucible, Harbinger Studios did, where they made figures that were $15 each, right? And then he had a head pack that came with 3 heads and 3 weapons and a little weird doodad, right? What people did is they ended up buying 4 $15 figures, right? And the head pack so that they could take the original head and then the 3 other guys, put the new heads on and make a little team. And the only thing that he did wrong is he should have already Harbinger Studios should have pre-packaged that into a thing instead of letting people make it on their own. But if you do something like that similarly with these guys, man, you would have a home run. You would definitely have a home run. But telling you right now, I can see it. This thing is going to fund. He's at $57,000, needs $72,000. This thing is going to fund in a couple days. It's going to go over $100,000 because a lot of people just like the looks of this because it's like, I mean this in a good way, it's dumb enough in its own kind of hits you over the head, stupid assault that it works. And it works great. The marketing stuff that he has for it, the graphics and all that, the packaging they come in, all works great. This is a collector line. And it's also, I'll be perfectly honest, it's kind of a play line. It's the kind of thing that looks infinitely fun. It's got huge amounts of fun factor to it, folks. This is cool. This will fund. This will hit over 100,000. Will it hit 200,000? Not with 5 or 6 guys. Don't think so. But the big bad toy store people who are, let's face it, they've been quite generous with quite a few Kickstarters that they didn't need to and that they probably shouldn't have. If those guys come in and drop another 50 grand, it's going to be close. They're going to go. They're going to do well. Chris Scott, he's going to do well on this. I can just tell right out of the gate. Didn't put up a little video for his thing. No problem. Not a big deal. His stuff looks great. Now, a few other things that you could do on this campaign as is to get it up there. Let me tell you something. With all the great looking marketing stuff and the graphics he has, so dumb not to do additional extra swag. Like, why isn't this available as a full-size lobby card movie poster? How come these aren't t-shirts? How come each guy doesn't have his own trading card? You sell the pack of all the trading cards, and on the deluxe figures, you put the trading card of the guy in with it. Also, hats with the World War Hell logo on it. Any of this stuff, sticker packs. Each guy should have his own sticker sheet, right? I want to see 5 or 6 sticker sheets, one for each guy. The amount of swag you could sell for this is through the roof, and that pads out these Kickstarters like you wouldn't believe. Also, let's get to this. I'm going to skip over to Marauder Gunrunners. They do 3.75 figures and accessories. They do modern military and World War II. You can get dogs from them. Yes, that's right, people. You can get dogs from them. You can get all sorts of weapons and accessories. You can get mech suits from them, exoskeletons, right? And on this page, this like accessories page, look at this. You can get jerry cans, you can get oil cans, you can get this little motorcycle and sidecar for $7.99. Now here's the thing. Oh, crates for $1.59. Here's the thing about this. Marauder Gunrunners, those items I showed you, they don't make those. They get them from a third party, another company. That's the same stuff that you find with the Leonard and Chatmai stuff that goes into Costco's and Walmarts and things like that. So Chris Scott could get these things, and he could sell those along with his guys. He could give you a pack of jerry cans to go with this. He could give you a pack of oil cans. He could sell you the sidecar, right? The exact same sidecar and stuff and crates and stuff that's all here. He could sell you that on his page and rack up money. And that's why I suggested maybe a great luxury item would have been like a Jeep for these guys to drive around in, a Jeep of the damned, as it were. And instead of having the American star on the front, maybe it's got a skull. I don't know. I'm just brainstorming ideas, ways to like put more cash into the bag. Because this is a cash-grabbing bag kind of collector action figure line here, people. It looks great. It's got tons of kitsch for days. And all it needs is more product. It really just needs more product other than the action figures itself. So that is my take on this particular campaign. Will fund, will unlock, will do well. Probably not going to hit the $200,000 mark with only 5 or 6 3.75 figures, but you never know. And if I'm wrong, that's a good thing, because we want this guy to crush it. We want him to do well. I myself, I like these guys. I have a lot of action figures in the World War II 3.75 that I collect. There's Joy Toy. I've got almost all of them. I just didn't buy the World War II Chinese figures because I was like, you know, who wants those guys? Maybe somebody does. But Joy Toy, the old 21st Century Toys in the 3.75, got a ton of them. They make a lot of those guys. They make all the different factions. Of course, Marauder Gunrunners, which we mentioned, they do World War II action figures. I bought a bunch of them, reviewed them on the channel. Check out my Build-A-Teams where I made like female Soviet snipers. I made 3 like German autumn camo guys. Haya Toys made 3.75 World War II action figures. Then there's some sort of different brands out there that made them back in the day. Blue Box Inc. made some. Unimax, look up Unimax. I actually have a Unimax Tiger tank. Phenomenal, looks great. A lot of World War II action figures in this scale out there. And now these guys, plus of course, endless O-ring retro guys that have come out from Call Sign Longbow is going to be shipping soon. Hidden Force is going to be shipping soon. D17, of course, is out. I've reviewed them. The Operation Recall in another, 5-10 years will be here. Just kidding. Not really kidding. Plus, of course, there's 1,000,001 O-ring G.I. Joes. So if you're just into O-ring guys, piles of that stuff. And now these guys. I'm looking forward to getting a few of them. I'm going to get all like the Army guys. I'm probably not going to get the Spectre guy. I'm probably not going to get the green plastic guy. Would I kick them out of bed if I had them? No, they'd be a lot of fun. If I got the green one, I'd probably repaint it. It would probably look terrible because, Let's be honest. So, with that, what do you think? I want to hear some opinions on this. I'm a little bit fired up. I'll probably like cool down in a day or two. But right now, I'm kind of fired up on it. I think it's a cool idea. Love to see it. Love to hear what other people say. Thanks everybody who made it this far into the video. You're very much appreciated. Do you like? Do you subscribe? Do that on your own time. But our time, people, you know what we're going to do. I always say this every time, and I mean it. Stay charged.